I've gone live in the last few months, because it's been few and far between for me personally doing my own streams, but here I am. I hope you all are doing well. I hope you can hear me. Let's see. Let me see if I can. Oh man, it really has been so long since I've done this that I don't know. Oh, comments. Okay, I can see comments. Okay, hello, Operation Shutdown. Hey, awesome. Let me know if you can hear me all right. Look at that, 12 viewers already. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for coming in. So I'm on the road to Las Vegas. I'm very excited. I'm getting there early. My best friend lives there. So I'm going to go hang out with her and just get myself ready and get situated out there and get this party started. Y'all, it's going to be a blast. I'm really grateful that despite everything that's happened in the last month, thank you for the checking mic check Operation Shutdown. I appreciate that. So despite, like, you guys, I'm not gonna lie, about 2.5 weeks ago, I was really worried in terms of just, having these events throughout the whole bear market has already been difficult. I've talked enough about that. But the sentiment before this case was, before we won the case was just abysmal. I saw several people talking about how it felt like it hadn't been this bad in a long time, or that we were at the absolute bottom. And, it's been crazy as someone who has never seen a bull run, right? I got into Hex in about May of 2021. So we were on the way up. I didn't even know there were cycles in crypto. I didn't know what a bull market was. So, we were going up, and I bought then. And so I've been here since that and watched my investment. Yeah, there it goes, way down there. So, but one thing I always say, and I'm glad I get to start the stream off this way, I never put in more than I could lose. I knew it was a gamble, and I started to learn more and more about who Richard was. What is Hex? How does it work? I invested and didn't know who Richard was at all. I just learned about what Hex was through different content creators like Crypto Coffee, Whales Only One. I listened to them and learned a lot, and that gave me the confidence to invest. And then I learned about Richard, and that led me to where I am today as part of this community, as someone who has spent the last 4 years now just really trying to be a voice of positivity and teach people that you can't, it's important that you don't invest more than you feel like you can lose. Because I'm telling this kind of, circles back to that sentiment a few weeks ago, right? Like, in the last 6 months, probably, I've had death threats. I've had people talk about, wanting to end their own lives. We all heard about the kid that, played Russian roulette and lost, and not in our community, but within the crypto community, right? Lost his life. And that's not the first time that's happened. I wasn't here for this back in, I think it happened in 2021, but I wasn't paying attention as much then. But there was another young man who had lost his life because the app he was looking at glitched out, said he had zero money, and he killed himself because of it. So it's so important and imperative that we realize that this is something that can go to zero. You just never know. So I've taken the time now to invest in the community, to invest in the friendships, to invest in the relationships. And that's why I love what we do with the Pulse Chain Tour, and why I'm so stoked for the Pulse 369 event coming up here in Vegas. And I know that for me personally, if it wasn't for the people around me, if it wasn't for the friends that I've made, the connections that I've made, the people that I know, the stories that I've heard, the things that I've got to see happen in real life, I probably wouldn't be here. I highly doubt it. If it wasn't for this community, I would not be watching, I wouldn't be paying attention to crypto probably at all, which may have been a good thing in some cases. That all that aside, it's just so good to be here, and it's so good to know that now, even though price is still blah blah blah, right? We have all these little wins, right? Well, I mean, the case being one, that was a huge win, right? That for us, that alone is 100% reason to celebrate. And I'm so grateful that it happened and that we get to be together in person, hanging out and just having a good time and having a party and congratulating one another and celebrating this win, right? Uniswap listing Hex, another big win, right? And I have a good feeling that little by little, we're going to start seeing all of these wins adding up. And I'm just so stoked to be a part of it. And I think one of the huge things that I just heard, I was just listening to Crypto 7 and Johnny, and one of the things that it's like I'm starting to get this like excitement again. And I've had, I've always been bullish, you guys. Like I posted a couple days ago, if y'all, if you got to see me be bullish during the entire bear market, just wait until you get to see me be bullish during a bull run. Like I don't know I don't know how we're going to handle that, because I'm already the positivity princess over here. And for us to see crazy number go up and huge adoption and, Richard getting more and more well known in this space, I don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to be fantastic. Let me try and catch up on the comments. And again, I'm driving, so I got it, but it's one road. We're chilling. So I see Acid Thunder. Man, do I need glasses now? Ray, what's up? I see you on X. Believe in the Lord. Hello, good to see you. Hex Ed, hey, what's up? What is up, Blockaroni? Good to see you guys. Drix, are you coming to Vegas, man? I hope I get to see you out there. Yeah, it was crazy. I'm not going to read all of these, but I can see it was crazy at all-time highs. To second time around will be incredible. Yeah, I mean, so that's the thing, is when I got in, that's what I saw. I was seeing the people who got into Hex early celebrate the all-time highs. And so it was just, I got in during the euphoria. And I think that that's part of why I've been so convicted this entire time, because I got to see a lot of you win. I got to see someone like Abit go from being homeless to now traveling the world with his beautiful girlfriend, doing whatever the heck he wants, Like, I've gotten to see people like RG3 create new businesses, help out family with nonprofits, and like do all these other things. So to have had that background and to have seen and to know that this is a financial tool that gave all of these people hundreds, if not thousands, because there's a lot of people I believe that we don't know about that have made it in Hex and are not influencers, are not on X, are not, they're not around, but they played the game, they won, and they're out there living their lives. I've actually just met one on my travels abroad. So it's really exciting to know that we are still early, y'all. Like, this is the beginning of the beginning of what seeing real DeFi become what it's meant to be and what it should be. So I'm stoked. I'm super stoked. No Vegas for Drix this time. That's okay, man. It's all right. Next time. We should do a Cali meetup, though. I think that there's a Cali meetup in order. Just everyone in Cali come hang out. If you're in San Francisco, just drive down for the day. It's fine. But yeah, I mean, like, I'm out there now, so I think it would be a good thing to do. Just have a little Cali meetup when we have a chance. And I just want to encourage you guys, if you have the the want or, the ability to host your own meetup. There's a great Telegram group. I'm going to forget about the link. If anybody knows the link right now, please put that in the chat. I think it's t.me/hex. It might be hex_meetups. Will Stevenson of the DGen Roundtable started it, and it's great. It's got all the sections for different places. If you go to that chat and you don't see your general area there, you can start your own subcategory of wherever it is that you are. So that's one huge piece of why I do what I do with the Pulse Chain Tour and why I promote the in-person events, because you don't have to do a huge conference. You don't have to have a paywall. Like, you don't have to have people come pay to do things. That's the way that we've been doing it. That's the model that we've had. And that's what we're going to do moving forward, because we want this to be something similar to ETH Denver, right? That's kind of why we started branding it Pulse 369, right? We hope to be doing it around those dates every year. But whether we do or not, 369 is the Pulse Chain ID. So it's always going to relate, right? That's always going to make sense. Pulse 369, I love, over the years, I've heard RG say that he wants to fill stadiums. And I think this is really cool, because as someone who believes in synchronicities and the power of manifestation and saying things out loud, I've read and heard over the years that it's good to be specific too. It's good to be specific about what it is that you want and what you want to see happen. So he's now pivoted a little bit, and he started to say that we want to fill up the Las Vegas sphere. And I love that. So that's something that we've shifted gears, right? We're not going to do, I've had a lot of people asking me, hey, are you guys coming to Australia? Are you guys coming out to the Netherlands? And we would love to. But right now, our focus is going to be every year, Pulse 369, doing it in March, around the 6th through the 9th of March, and just making this the pivotal event for Pulse Chain, right? So, but again, with that being said, that's our model. That's what we want to do. That's what we're looking to achieve. Vegas, we will probably do it in Vegas next year. We're definitely going to find another venue. You guys have no idea. Maddie Allen commented on this in a Spaces a while back, and I didn't understand completely until we went through this whole. He called it the Vegas Conference Industrial Complex. You guys, I don't know how because okay, so Crypto Culture, she helps run it all, right? Like, if it wasn't for her, this would not happen. Like, she's the one that's out there calling, making sure we get our event space, the internet works, we've got chairs, we've got tables, right? Like, that's what she does. So I hear bits and pieces and parts of the cost of things. You guys, $60, like a third of your ticket price, or maybe a little less than that, but no, yeah, $120 for 2 days. $60 for a boxed lunch is what the venue charges us. They wanted to charge us $3,000 to connect to the internet. So now I have a hotspot. Okay? They will nickel and dime you for every little thing. Anywhere that we are going to plug in to connect to get electricity, they're charging us for. It's unbelievable. So we love Vegas because it's this amazing place. People love to come to Vegas. There's always something to do. If we don't have, this time, we're running it a little bit different, right? Last time we had a ton of VIP events, and we have a couple this time, but we're a little more open-ended, where it's hey, we're doing the conference. If you want to go do other things and hang out, there's so much to do in Vegas. And we've got so much kind of invested there right now in terms of we have a storage space because we bought couches. That's the other thing. Let me share this with you. I don't even know how much, but for us to rent a couch space, they were going to charge us for the couch, for the setup of the couch and the delivery of the couch, thousands of dollars. It's going to cost us it's going to cost us less to buy couches and have storage in Las Vegas for an entire year than it was to rent the fucking couches, you guys. Pardon my French, but what the heck? So if you are in Vegas and you know about Vegas, we gotta work on finding another space, because from what I understand, I actually kind of like talked to Perplexity about this. I was like, hey, you know, like what venues are kind of known for this kind of like nickeling? I mean, and look, we did the event where did we do it last year? Last year wasn't like this. Wherever we held the event was not this terrible at all in terms of the way they charged for everything. So what I found out is that this series of hotels, or this group of hotels, they're like notorious for this kind of shit. And, you know, live and learn, right? Like we're new at this. Of course, Crypto Culture, right? She's been doing events and things for a long time, but this is, you know, just doing a big Vegas conference like this is, I think, something a little different. Or maybe like part of it too, they don't tell you when you sign the contract to do your event, there's a lot of things that they just leave out. They're like, oh, you know, we don't need to tell you about this charge or that thing. We'll talk about that later. Wow. It's terrible. So we're already looking for a totally different venue for next year's Vegas event. But all of that aside, this is going to be awesome. You guys, we have, despite the cost of everything, like it's gonna be freaking dope. Like we have 3 rooms, right? So we're gonna have the event, like the conference room. We're gonna have a VIP area room, and then we're going to have a sponsor / hangout kind of area. And there's just so much really fun stuff going into this. I don't know whether or not I brought shout out to Susie Q, by the way. She gave me this really awesome massage thing, and I've decided I brought it and I'm gonna put it in the VIP lounge. So if you're a VIP, we're gonna have a massage thing. I don't know what to call it. It's not a chair. It's like you put it on the chair, and it massages you. So free massages at the VIP lounge. Little by little, you know, like we're really gonna build something special here, and I'm just stoked. I think the first time that I ever streamed while I was driving for our group, I was driving back from Las Vegas for the first time. So this was Maddie's conference in Hex, the Hexpo, in 2022, I believe. And I just remember being over the moon. I was just so elated to have met so many other people that I felt this connection with. And not just because of Hex, but you guys know that there's people from all over the world in every kind of spectrum with all the different kinds of beliefs. But I say this, you know, over and over. I really feel like there is something that is like this underlying cause. Like we have this underlying passion for Hex for various reasons, but it's really just brought us all together, and it's this beautiful hive mind, right? I see often, you know, where like, here's a perfect example. Somi just did his whole let's ask questions, right? Kind of let's trolling in a way, right? What is Hex? What is Pulse? Oh, I've heard about Pulse Chain. What is this Pulse Chain thing, right? Who is Richard Hart? And then saw someone else in the community had just done that. He was like, oh, I didn't realize that I started a trend, right? Because we think similarly, like we're aligned. I feel like we're so aligned, and it's been really awesome to hear all these different takes and see all these different people come into the community and just really be a part of the promotion of this, right? Because there is no one else, you know, until we get these listings and you know, things start to really blow up. It's been us. And again, like, I'm just so grateful and so proud to be a part of all of this. And it's just like, it's weird to say, to feel like this or to say this, but we're just getting started. It's been 5 years, for some of you, 6-7 years going on as you've watched Richard Hart over the years, right? But we really are, with this news of the winning this case, with listing after listing is about to happen, you guys, I can feel it. And the world is going to know. The world is going to know who we are and what we've done. And maybe they won't. Maybe just the world's going to know about Hex and Richard Hart, and we'll just all disappear off into obscurity. I'm totally fine with that either way. So I just wanted to come on here. It's been a long time. I got to tell you guys, I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. Thank you to every single person who has ever said a kind word to me, who has ever sent me a DM and said, hey, love your content, who has ever sent me something that said, hey, your positivity means a lot, who has ever said, I miss you. Someone, say it, don't spray. Oops. I swiped to clean the spit off of my screen and I swiped myself out. Anyways, embarrassing. I recently had someone just say that they missed me live streaming, and that's part of why I'm doing this, because it's been a minute. And you guys, there's like I said at the beginning of this, right? I've had hate, I've had people say terrible things, I've had rumors spread about me, but every beautiful comment, every time I hear from someone that they miss me or that my content is meaningful to them, that just, it means so much more than you may know. And I want to encourage you, if you have someone that you like to watch that you think is really great at explaining things or talking about things or whatever it is, anyone that's one of your favorite, I guess they call them KOLs. I didn't even know about these terms until very recently. Any content creator, whether it's just someone who posts on X, or a live streamer, right? I feel like there's a lot of people that are X posters, that are content creators that kind of get the short end of the stick because they're not public facing. They don't often stream live and things like that. But shout out to all of you guys, right? And what I was going to say is, if you are someone who, content creation is not your thing, and you're a supporter and you're someone that likes to watch and likes to, support that way, please let them know. Let the content creators know how much you appreciate them and how meaningful it is that they spend their time and their energy and their money and their efforts to do this thing and to be public facing. You guys, what Richard posted the other day about Amaranth is fucking terrifying. That terrifies me, right? Like, I don't talk about how much I have or how much I put in or any of that stuff. I don't intend to. Part of me is like, man, like, I should just delete my public address. Like, I don't know what to do about that. It's fucking terrifying. I don't live in fear, and that's why for so long I've been so open about where I am, where I'm going, what I'm doing. I don't like to live in a state of fear, and I don't intend to. But that shit's real, and luckily I intend on being very tight-lipped about that and learning more about security and guns. I got a great knife. Shout out Hex Monkey. I want to be careful and aware of these things, but I prefer to be here. I love you guys. I really do. I love this community. Like, y'all are my family. Some of you. I have more good friends that I've made in the last 3 years than my entire life. Trust me, I've got great friends. My bestie that I'm about to go see, right? I've got some great friends, but I have made more true friends in the last few years, especially the last year or two, than I ever have in my life, and that means so much to me. That means so much to me, especially the women. And I shouted out a bunch of women the other day, just shout out to y'all. I'm elated that I have more female friends than I ever have. and they're just the most badass bitches. Like, you guys are so fantastic, and I'm so grateful to have you in my life. And, you know, so many people that I've met, that I know, that I get to see and hug in like 2 days and the next couple days, like, you're so kind, you're thoughtful, you're smart, you're brilliant, you're active in the community. Like, this is a community like no other, and I cannot wait for Hexaco. I really, truly still believe that Hexaco is on Richard's roadmap, and that is something that one day, in some form or fashion, we're going to get to taste that. We're going to get to be there, and we're going to get to be actual neighbors. Like, I want to open my door, you know, and see Crypto Coffee across the street and like wave hi in the morning. So I can't tell you enough how exciting it is to know that we are really kind of like at this precipice, right? Like, I saw someone post the dominoes, like, just, it feels like that way, like the dominoes are falling. Hold on, let me bring this closer to my face. Lulz, we're back. When you get a chance, send me my favorite colors. I want to gift you something. Oh, thank you. That is sweet. One day will be mine. My favorite colors are gold, black, teal. Gold, black, and teal. Yeah, I'm like greenish teal, and black and gold. So that's what I'm feeling. I'm wearing all of those colors right now. So I got my tealish pants on, my black shirt, and my gold ring. So yeah, thanks for asking. I appreciate that. And that's been such a cool thing too. The creativity, the absolute, like, you guys, and not just like everything from dev work, right, to NFT artists, to meme coins, like the creativity of people on the chain, literally, and then the creativity of people just I'm trying to see if I have, usually I've got something that someone has made. Oh, here we go. Marco the Hexagon, shout out to Marco. I actually got this keychain at the first Pulse Masters golf tournament, which was in the fall of 2022. And Marco had made a bunch of these keychains, and he made these little golf tees and, you know, his hats and things like, I don't think he didn't have the hats yet, but just the absolute brilliance of this community thrills me, you guys. Like, I have a crocheted bear. Make It Miriam, shout out to you. She made this crocheted bear for me that has hex colored paws and a pulse chain colored bow tie. I have more shirts than I will ever know what to do with. In fact, I've got most of them in a box. They're going to become a quilt. Because I'm not a t-shirt girl. So, you know, if you send me a t-shirt, please know that I will probably wear it once and take a picture for you, and then it will become a quilt. Unless it's organic cotton. Shout out to Hex Fashion Network. He is a gem. That dude, I mean, and that's the coolest thing, is there's so many people in this community that are just givers. Like, they just want to give. And I've hardly ever asked for a thing, and I get stuff showing up every now and then. I got crystals. I take Arkansas. Shout out to you. Like, I got crystals in the mail. Like, mind-blowingly awesome stuff. And I am, hold on, I'm either going slow or these guys are going fast. Let me just let them do their thing. Got a Mustang behind me. You got somewhere to go? Huh? You're real important, aren't you? Gotta get to Las Vegas real quick. Anyways, it's just, again, just so over the moon. Oh, so talking about people hosting their own conferences and, you know, doing your own thing. I got to go to, I'm gonna introduce to you guys the newest member of my family. This might be a little bit embarrassing, but I don't mind it at all. So I went to Panama. And this little guy came back with me. I went to Panama for the Randy Hilarski, Randy and Annabelle. Y'all put on an amazing event. We had a really great time. And, you know, it was just so cool to be a part of someone else's conference and to watch them do their thing and to, you know, just get to partake in that. So I'm stoked and I'm hopeful. And I said this, actually, I got to speak. That was really cool. So thanks again to Randy. I got to speak a little bit, and I talked about how, I just lost my train of thought. Just how lovely I think it will be, and how awesome it is that there's all these communities within our community, and I can't wait. And I think I actually said this at the No Permissions conference. I can't wait until there's an anti-gravity conference, you know, or a ink printer conference, or trying to think of there's so many things, you guys, that are going on. So many awesome builders in the space, right? Like Access should have his own conference. I know he's done meetups, but just, you know, things like that, like all the builders in the space that kind of have their own following, have their own groups, do their own thing. Like, I'm stoked to start to see more and more of these groups coming together, right? So let's see, my internet connection is still good. Yeah, I don't know what else. Let's see if I can read a comment or two now that the coast is kind of clear. Love your energy. Oh, thank you, Avidian. Love you too. Love you guys. Really just over the moon right now. I'm excited to hang out with my bestie. She's a Hexagon too, by the way, actually, when I get there. Let me not forget. In exactly 3 hours, Canadian Grateful and I will be hosting a Pulse Chain trivia. But it's Pulse Chain trivia, but all the questions are all over the board. So it could be anything from geography to history to sports. We got to do this at the No Permissions conference in Panama. Canadian Grateful hosted it himself there, and all you need is a phone. It's super cool. As long as you've got your phone, you can play this trivia game. And I'll give you a little hint right now. The faster you answer, the more points you get. So it's going to be a blast. $3,000 worth of crypto prizes will be given to the winners. And we're going to spread that out amongst a certain number of winners. So 6:30 p.m., my channel will be hosting. Discourse Syndicate is going to host. I think Hexray Vision said that his channel is going to host it as well. I have a feeling Fast Abdul's probably going to host it on his channel or a channel. He's got a channel, right? Sorry, Fast. Like I said, there's always so much going on in this space. I'm actually kind of stoked to have a little bit of downtime after this conference is over to kind of dig back into the community. I already mentioned it, but I know Max X-Ray Vision and his wife really well. They're great friends of mine, and I have heard him talking about his project for years. And to finally see it coming to fruition and to see all the little intricacies. I love games and puzzles and stories. And his project includes all of that. And I haven't had the chance to sit down and really get into it. And there's a whole book you can earn coins by reviewing and reading the book and things like that. And I'm stoked to be able to spend a little bit more time learning about things like that. And of course, you guys, I want you to know something. I never thought, and it's still hard for me to wrap my mind around the fact that people consider me an influencer, right? That really hit home for me within the last year as I found out, that someone bought the top of a coin that I shilled like a dumbass at the top. Stupid. But they were mad at me. Of course, you pressed the buy button yourself, but they did it because I said something about it, right? I never would have thought people would listen to me about that, And then on the other end of it, having someone send me death threats because I was selling a coin that I actually don't even talk about. No Richard Hart product. I haven't sold a single Richard Hart coin, but for someone to be so upset that I was selling a coin that they held and doing it in tiny chunks, you guys. I purposefully have been selling little chunks of this so that I don't hurt the chart, because I care. And for this person to be so upset that they said they wanted to find me and hurt me was just mind-blowing. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. Do your own research, do your own thing. I like talking about the things that I am interested in or that I love, because I know the people that founded it. I trust the people that are talking about it and things like that. And of course, we all make mistakes. I absolutely made a mistake with the coin I talked about earlier that I shilled at the top, right? I learned that lesson the hard way. Totally. You hear these things, don't buy green candles and don't shill at the top. But until you experience what that means and what that means for other people and how that shit works, it's hard to you get caught up in the euphoria, or you get caught up in the action and the excitement of it all. So please, always do your own research. Always look into things. If I'm talking about something, I may not even own any of it, depending on what it is, but I like to learn. I love learning. And that's another reason that I've stayed here and that I continue to be here, because it takes a lot to do DeFi and to understand, what it is that we hold and how it works. And a lot of you forget that. A lot of us forget that, I'm gonna experience that right now, going to hang out with my bestie, because she's not in any of this. She doesn't have an X account. She doesn't watch these videos. She's not into that. And that is the majority of the world right now, you guys. So we have to remember to take a step back and say, when I had zero knowledge of crypto and this space, what is it that I wish I would have known, or what is it that attracted me, or what is it that, what are the little steps that I can take or that I can do in order to start to understand it and start to get into it? So let's see. No, hold on. No thrashing of SJ. Thank you, Drix. I appreciate that. Lachina? Does it say Lachina? Says, you are the best. We love you. Thank you. Looking Gucci. Ooh, thank you. I appreciate that. It's the black t-shirt thing, right? I'm just wearing a black t-shirt. Is that how it works? Black t-shirt for the win, guys. Oh, and it's an organic black t-shirt. I was so stoked. I did some traveling recently, and I found a store out there in Europe that most of their stuff is made of organic cotton. So I'll be back. I'm gonna be back there. What else? I don't know. I'm in the middle of nowhere. I have a feeling my signal is probably gonna drop a bit soon. So yeah, I'm gonna be back on in a few hours. If you guys enjoyed this, you'll definitely enjoy that. Canadian Grateful and I are gonna have a blast with it, and you can win $3,000. I mean, not completely, but you can win your chunk of $3,000 worth of crypto. Shout out to SolidX, to Ink Printer, and to Anti-Gravity for sponsoring. And yeah, keep an eye out for that, you guys. I'm going to be asking a lot of people at Pulse369 to live stream here and there on X as much as they can. I want to try and do it. Hey, even before we get there, I want to give a huge shout out to Crypto 8, the DGen Roundtable crew. Who else? And I'm sure there are other people that I'm missing right now, but specifically those people. Crypto 8 totally came through. He's basically kind of be our AV guy. He's our DJ. He's going to do this laser light show. It's going to be a blast. And he just stepped up as a Hexagon and was like, hey, I have this talent. Can we utilize it? I was like, yes, please. So super awesome. And then the DGen Roundtable, they've been so helpful. Shout out to Miss Mageddon. She is a queen when it comes to she runs their show. If you guys didn't know that already, the DGen Roundtable guys, she does all of this awesome visual stuff. So she's gonna be helping us a ton during the event for that. And then the dudes are just showing up in force, right? Will, Mr. McGettit, Zenith, and they've, like, Zenith made his own Pulse Masters golf tournament promo video. Like, who does that? I love this community. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for everything that you do. Thank you for being supportive. Thank you for, just being here this whole time, right? Like, it feels like it has been 1,000,000 years. We have been in this market of the bear. And now we finally get to reap, like, the rewards of what we've sown for so long. So I am looking forward to that. I just am over the moon. If you couldn't tell, I can't wait to see everybody in Vegas. If you can't make it, we are live streaming for free. So that'll be on the Pulse Chain Tour YouTube. Go there now. I obviously can't type things. So it's Pulse, I think it's YouTube/Pulse Chain Tour Live, I think. If anybody wants to double check that for me right now, I would love that. In fact, I'm going to wait until someone double checks that. Can someone please go to youtube.com/Pulse Chain Tour Live and let me know if that is in fact our link. You'll see there's a few videos on there already that are, like, just not great. I was our AV team this entire couple last years, and I'm a photographer. I love taking pictures. I'm great at taking pictures. Doing video presentations, not so much. So please don't base what is to come on what you're gonna see currently on that channel, because I have never done that kind of stuff before. We had one camera that was stationary, and half the time, like, it didn't work. So, but just know that that's where you can go. I see a thumbs up, 100%. Okay, I think that means, Drix. Oh no, Drix is replying to a video. But yeah, if anyone knows that youtube.com/Pulse Chain Tour Live, is it? Yes? Someone give me the thumbs up. Someone find that out for me. Please, please, please. Can I do this on here? Does StreamYard do this? Maybe not. I have these reactions sometimes, and it's cute. Oh, look, yeah, there we go. Give me confetti. I want fireworks. Fireworks. No fireworks. All right, that's fine. Okay, let's see. Pulse Chain. Okay, thank you so much. Appreciate you. That I can't read your name right now because I'm driving in the light and everything. But so it is youtube.com/Pulse Chain Tour Live. I believe it'll be broadcasting there for free. It's probably also going to be broadcasting on Discourse Network, Discourse Syndicate. So check that out. And again, I'll see you guys in a few hours. We're going to do some trivia. I love you.